Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today we're going to do another great workout you can do in your home. Today what we're going to need is a tube or a band. So I've got that set up about chest height over there, a couple sets of dumbbells, and a chair. And I think that is all we're going to need. Oh, and a loop band if you have one. If you don't, you can use a normal TheraBand and wrap it around your ankles or something like that. And we'll talk about that when we get to it. So remember to come into these workouts warmed up and ready to go. 5 to 10 minutes of a cardio workout just to get your heart rate up a little bit, get your muscles warmed up, and be ready to move. Okay, so we're going to start today with a row. So I have my tube, like I said, about chest height. You can wrap it around a sturdy surface or have a handy door jamb attachment holder like this that you can wrap your tube around and keep it nice and safe. And move my chair out of the way here. We're going to come back. I want you to stand with this. And when you're doing this, just a little bit of an athletic stance. So your knees and your hips bent and your tummy nice and tight. So we're going to pull straight back, drive your elbows towards the back of the room, and squeeze those shoulder blades. Breathe. Breathe out as you pull back. Never hold your breath with these exercises. 5. Nice and slowly, both directions. Remember that with a band, you can step back to make it a little bit stronger, or if it's feeling a little difficult, you can step forward. You can also double up on those bands for added difficulty. Let's do one more. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and relax. Importantly, with those, when you're squeezing back, make sure you're not raising those shoulders up. So you want to squeeze back, not up. Okay, next we're going to do sit to stand. So I've got my chair here. A good kitchen chair is a great sturdy chair to do this from. It's easier to do than from like a soft sofa or recliner or something like that. That's extra challenging. So we'll start in a seated position. It's always easier when you move up to the front of the chair. You can stagger your feet just a little bit, particularly if you have any knee pain. You could put the one that has knee pain a little bit in front, but you want your feet back a little way so you don't have that far to transfer your weight. Now, your goal is to stand up and sit back down nice and slowly here without using your hands. If you find that this is extremely difficult and you need to use your hands, it's okay. You can either push off your thighs like this, or you can push off the chair, or if you have an armed chair, you can use those arms to help push you up. But scooting towards the front of the chair and bringing your feet back a little bit, staggering them. You can try staggering them a different way. Nice and slowly. Keep breathing. We'll do one more. And 10. All right, good. Get this chair out of the way. And we're going to do some bicep curls next. So grab a set of dumbbells. If you're picking them up off the floor, remember to use good form. Bend those knees, bend your hips. I'm going to have you do them alternating today. So if you'd like to, you can add a little balance challenge here. We'll do a little tandem stance or a staggered stance. So pull those shoulders back, pull up by the top of your head like you've got a rope coming out of the top of your head. We're going to alternate those biceps today. So kind of at the same time, but alternating which one's going up and which one's going down. Make sure that that's when you let that lower, that you are straightening your arms all the way down, straightening your elbows. It's common for people to want to do this in a smaller range of motion like that. Stopping here, you want to straighten those arms all the way out so you're getting that full range of motion, working that muscle all the way through that full range of motion. Nice and slowly, both directions. I think this is 10 and 10. Okay, good. Now we'll relax and set those on the ground with good form. Bend your knees, bend your hips. And next we're going to bring that chair back out and we're going to do a double knee lift, seated. So this is an ab exercise. Turn towards you. Again, I want you to scoot towards the front just a little bit. Put your hands underneath your thighs with your palms facing down. And I want you to lift your knees slowly. See if you can lift them both at the same time. Now notice that my torso is not moving. I'm not rocking back. This is kind of the common way that people will start to do this one. Sitting up nice and tall, relax those shoulders. Don't let them come up near your ears. And slowly lift those knees, kind of pressing down with your hands onto the chair. You can also do this on like a firm coffee table. A bed might be really difficult, but a good firm kitchen chair would be a good place to do this. 2 more. Keep breathing. And 10. All right, good. Okay, now if you do have a loop band, I'm going to leave my chair here so we can get that put on. There we go. We're going to put a loop band around your ankles. If you don't have a loop band, you can tie a TheraBand into a knot and put it around your ankles, or you can hold a TheraBand so that it goes underneath your feet. And then you can hold it here and then step sideways. So we're going to do side stepping back and forth. Also, if you don't have a band and you still want to do this one, it's good to do that lateral movement and do some really focused work doing that side stepping, even if you don't have a band, because it's really good range of motion for those hips. So we're going to do a little bit of bend in your hips and your knees, chest up nice and tall, abs tight, toes facing straight forwards. That leading toe tends to want to go out to the side a little bit. Keep them exactly straight forward. You can even think about bringing them in a little bit. It's not necessary to do that, but if you can envision that, sometimes it helps to keep them nice and straight. So we're going to go 10 one way and then back 10 the other way. All right, now notice also that I'm keeping my feet about hip width apart here the entire way, depending on the strength of your band. So just take baby steps. Make sure you're not dragging your foot. You want to pick it up, set it down, and don't let the resistance completely go away. You want to maintain that resistance throughout. All right, so 10 one way, 10 the other way. If you have a lighter band and you want to do more, that's great. You can do 15 or 20 one way, 15 or 20 the other, and just kind of make that work with what you have at home. Okay, the last one we're going to do are shoulder lateral raises. So we're going to add a little balance challenge to this one as well. Pick up your dumbbells. If you can, let's try this one in a single leg stance. If not, tandem or staggered stance will also work. So regardless of what you're doing, you want your hips up nice and tall, abs tight, and we're going to lift those weights out to the side nice and slowly. Make sure you're breathing. Now keep your shoulders down away from those ears. Also, stop kind of just below the height of your shoulder here. 4. And if it's not feeling good to go straight out to the side, like this, then you can do a little bit of a diagonal. It's a little bit more natural range for your arms and your shoulders. Really engage those abs, especially if you're doing a balance challenge here. And one more, and relax. Okay, great. So go ahead and repeat those through 1 to 2 more times. You can add some cardio intervals in between each circuit, and then make sure you cool down and do your good stretching following. So please let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.